Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. Today we're going to find out why New Zealand is the best country in the world. And I hope, people can make some of these videos about like any country, highlighting the positive. I always like that. But New Zealand, it's one of those countries that's on many people's bucket lists to go to, but it's a far one. It's a far one. And for most people, which is one of the maybe this is one of the reasons that's in this video. I think people, if they're watching, people from New Zealand, let me know, how do you feel about the rest of the world going crazy? You being a little bit far removed from most countries. I That would bring a smile to my face. Like the thought has crossed to my mind: is it possible to go there? I know that they're screaming at me, "Don't come here!" I get it. I totally get it. Yo, but the nature out there is so beautiful. Of course, uh, you have like everything in one country. Let's go. I'm curious to find out.
I've ever heard a bad word spoken about New Zealand. Sometimes regarded as being one of the most beautiful countries in the world, this isolated nation is a very desirable place to visit, live and retire. I was lucky
Sure.
enough to travel there in 2020, but then something called COVID-19 decided to pop up and ruin all of my plans. So in this video, we've got 15 reasons why we think New Zealand is the best country in the world. Because my name is Sam, and you're watching the Geography Bible. Alright, so let's kick off this video with number 15. Its natural beauty. New
That's number
Zealand is
15?
undoubtedly one of the most beautiful,
Yeah.
picturesque countries in the
Wow.
world. From Mount Cook to Milford Sound to Hobbiton, New Zealand is a
Hobbiton,
very
man.
mountainous, rugged country. So it offers some of
I'm the crazy nerd that flies 24 hours just to go stand in front of that door, and there's nothing even behind it. That's how most people, really got into like New Zealand. When the Lord of the Rings movies were filmed and the Hobbit movies, I was always watching the behind the scenes footage that Peter Jackson would release and talk about location scouting and stuff, getting there with helicopters. Like, wow, what a beautiful country,
the
man.
most stunning,
Incredible.
picturesque views you will see on Earth. With it being a
Oh, man.
relatively narrow island, you are also never too far away from the ocean. Number 14. Its climate. New
Oh, yeah,
Zealand
how's the
has a
climate?
largely temperate climate. While the far north has subtropical weather during summer, inland alpine areas of the South Island can be as cold as -10 degrees Celsius in winter.
Ooh.
Most of the country lies close to the coast, which means mild temperatures, moderate rainfall, and abundant sunshine. Pretty much the perfect climate. Not too hot, but not too cold. Apart
Oh,
from
yeah.
Earth
Aren't you guys living in the future too? Like 23 hours from where I am in Belgium? Like, you guys are. Damn, how's the future, guys?
earthquakes and
Let me
the
know.
odd cyclone, New Zealand does not experience much life-threatening extreme weather. Number 13.
Oh, that's good.
Its low
That's good.
population and density. At just 5.1 million, New Zealand is a
Wow.
very small country. What's more, around a third of New Zealand lives in its biggest city, Auckland. To put this in perspective, there are about 75 cities in the world that are more populated than the entirety of New Zealand. New Zealand has a population density of around 18 people per kilometre squared, making it
Yeah,
one
that's
of the
good.
least densely populated countries in the world. This low population and density means less congestion, less traffic, and a general chilled vibe. Which of course isn't everyone's cup of tea, as some people do prefer the hustle and bustle of big cities. Number 12. Its history and
I like big cities, but the older you get, sometimes you want to get away from that, right? History and culture. Now, this is
culture.
interesting.
Even though New Zealand is a relatively new country in terms of the year that it was
really?
discovered,
New
it is packed
Zealand.
full of history.
Okay.
New Zealanders take huge pride in their culture, and the Maori people, along with their
Yeah.
traditions, are well respected. Maori were the
Oh,
first
yeah.
to arrive in New Zealand, journeying in
Oh, what was that movie I used to love, man? There's this movie. Come on, man. I need to find it. Once We Were Warriors. Yeah, Once We Were Warriors. Come on, man. That's a great, great movie. Dude. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go.
canoes from Hawaii about 1,000 years ago. A Dutchman, Abel Tasman, was the first European to sight the country, but it was the British who made New Zealand part of their empire. You'll find amazing Maori historic sites across New Zealand, as well as beautiful colonial era buildings dotted throughout the country. Number 11, Hobbiton and Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless if you are a Lord of the Rings fan or not, the Hobbit set and the surrounding rolling hills are absolutely stunning. It was one of my childhood dreams to visit Hobbiton, and finally in 2020 I got to visit, and I wasn't disappointed. It was the most beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky and 20 degrees Celsius weather. The movie set is New Zealand's third largest tourist attraction, attracting approximately 17% of international visitors, and estimated to bring in around $78 million to the area annually. Take this with a pinch of salt, but I was told during my tour that the director of Lord of the Rings, Peter Jackson, receives 50% of all of the revenue, meaning he earns a cool $39 million or so every year. Number 10, it's isolation. New Zealand's isolation.
I called it. I called it. You know, maybe some people don't like that aspect, but you know, now, guys, got room for one more. I'm just joking, man. But hey, yeah, it does seem,
from the west of the world does have economic drawbacks. For example, when I was there, I noticed the price of some groceries is astronomical compared to what it is in the UK and Europe. Quite simply, if New Zealand does not grow a certain produce, it may have to import it from a place that is tens of thousands of kilometers away. Its isolation, however, does work in its favor politically. Apart from Australia, who is like its older big brother, New Zealand doesn't really have any neighbours. And any neighbours it does have, like Fiji, are not world superpowers. Compare this to the likes of India, who have the nuclear superpowers of Russia, China, and Pakistan on their doorstep. Number 9, it's beaches. When you think of New Zealand, you usually think of huge, picturesque mountain ranges and rolling green hills. But what most people don't realise is that New Zealand has some of the world's most pristine and beautiful beaches. New Zealand is actually home to 90 Mile Beach. However, the name is actually completely wrong. It's actually only 55 miles. Still,
no, our whole country, Belgium, we have like I think 65 kilometers of shoreline. We got a small country, you know, and we have double the population in New Zealand. Of course, now it might have changed because I don't know. This video was it's probably like 4 or 5 years old. We have like 11 million, but it's so small, right? It's all concrete. We're living on a patch of concrete, basically.
An incredible distance. With New Zealand being such a small country population-wise, you'll often find completely deserted beaches that you can have all to yourself. Number 8. Most livable cities. In 2021, 2 of the top 10 most livable cities on Earth were in New Zealand. Wellington, which came in 4th place, and Auckland, which ranked as the most livable city on Earth. To be a country of this size and feature 2 of your cities in the top 10 is an almighty achievement. Being a livable city pretty much means that it is a nice place to live. Low crime, clean environment, and job opportunities are usually the main factors to contribute to a livable city. It must be noted, however, that when the 2021 rankings were released, New Zealand at the time was one of the only countries to pretty much stomp out COVID-19, meaning its citizens lived a mostly lockdown-free life. Now, of course, since then, things have changed. Number 7. Low corruption. New Zealand is one of the least...
Just said they weren't caught yet. I know, but that's good, man. Hey, I love to believe it, but man, my faith in the P word, you know, has it's not exist.
Corrupt nations on Earth. In fact, it usually battles Denmark and other Nordic countries for the top rankings in the world. In 2021, New Zealand ranked as the equal least corrupt country in the world, alongside Finland and Denmark.
Whoa, wait a second. You know, I know like Belgium is not even nowhere in the lowest rankings. We're gonna get him, boys. We're gonna show them this. Like, where are you, huh? Corrupt. Yo.
least corrupt country in the world, alongside Finland and Denmark. As mentioned earlier, New Zealand doesn't really have any enemies, and because it isn't a nuclear power, has a relatively small economy and population, it rarely finds itself getting involved with foreign affairs. Number 6.
applaud that,
a
man.
relatively small
That's good.
country that offers everything. Although New Zealand is rather remote and small, it offers a wide variety of
Are you
activities
moving the
that its
country?
residents and tourists love. From gorgeous beaches and surfing to skiing, whale watching,
That's
mountain
great. You can do
climbing,
everything.
and wine tasting. As mentioned earlier, this country
tasting.
offers a range of different climates and landscapes, so you don't actually ever have to leave the country, as most things are already on your doorstep. Number 5.
Damn,
Queenstown.
You guys are living in paradise over there. That's just like it's almost too good to be true. And usually, like, does it even exist? I gotta go there because I'm starting to believe this is not real. This is fictional. This can't be this good, man. Of course, I'm joking.
Often described as the adventure capital of the world, not only does it offer activities for thrill seekers such as skiing, bungee jumping, and
Oh, yeah.
skydiving, it is also
Oh, yeah.
one of
I
the
love that.
coolest and most beautiful looking cities in the world. Queenstown sits on the
Nice.
shore of Lake Wakatipu, among dramatic alpine ranges. A popular holiday and backpacking spot for any time of the year. Queenstown is renowned for its 4 distinctive seasons. Winter brings crisp blue sky days with snow perfect for skiing. Spring retains the snow but blooms into longer, warmer days. Summer offers sunshine and long twilights, and autumn a burst of brilliant red, orange, and gold. Number 4.
You got poetic
its
with this
social
one.
purpose. New Zealand ranks 3rd in the world when it comes to social purpose. Now,
Social
what exactly
purpose?
is social purpose?
Yeah,
well,
what the
it's the
hell is
country's
that?
attitude and actions towards a variety of social attributes, such as animal rights, human rights, the environment, commitments to climate change,
Really?
gender and racial equality, and many more. For this reason, New Zealand is a very progressive, healthy place to live. Now,
Nice.
of course, this doesn't mean it's perfect, but ranking 3rd in the world means it is one of the best countries in the world for its social purpose performance. Number 3. Its road trips. New Zealand is a
Oh, yeah.
country built for epic road trips.
Yo, I saw this. I don't know if it's a village or a town with the longest name ever. Like, yeah, the person doing the weather over there like has it's almost it's like a page long. I don't know how long it is, but it's pretty long.
I can personally vouch for this, as I did a road trip through the country in 2020. Unfortunately,
Nice.
a global pandemic decided to pop up, which ended up ruining most of my plans. Low amounts of traffic,
Hey, the pandemic, it was just for this guy's to ruin his plans. We were just collateral. This was only for his plans. Oh, dang. Now we know why it happened. Oh, we were just collateral. This guy's trip was ruined.
outside the major cities, alongside some of the most breathtaking views you will ever see, results in an absolutely stunning road trip adventure. Being an isolated country with low population means there is less light pollution too, so the night sky makes things even
that's
more
nice,
epic.
man.
To drive from the North Island to the South Island, you must take a 3-hour ferry from the capital Wellington across to Picton, which is a little pricey, but admittedly it is extremely fun. You can sip on a glass of wine as you float past the incredible fjords. Number
guy
2,
loves his wine.
its chilled, laid-back vibe. Its isolation, low levels of corruption and crime, low population and density, alongside a society that is friendly, open-minded and welcoming, means that New Zealand is an extremely safe, chilled place to live, work and study. If you're looking for a busy city or country with a booming economy and that hustle and bustle vibe, then New Zealand probably
Wow.
isn't your best bet. You might be better
Yeah,
off
why not?
living in a big city in Australia. And finally, number 1, the best country to survive a global collapse. New Zealand is often
I
voted
called
as
it.
being one of, if not the best country in the world to survive a global collapse in society. Its rapid
Guys, if we're going down over here, please continue the human race. Think about this dude you saw online once, talking about, yeah, he called it, he's dead, but we remember him. Oh, his dumbass is, he got somewhere in Belgium. They were the first to go. Oh no. Hey, no, really. have fun over there while we're, here up in squalor.
Response
I'm
to the
not envious.
pandemic and
No, I'm
ability
not.
to completely seal itself off from the rest of the world has reassured
Oh,
its
yeah.
citizens that if a society was to collapse, let's say an even deadlier pandemic or a nuclear holocaust, then New Zealand would be a safe place to be. Again, with its isolation and political stability, there are very few countries that pose a threat to New Zealand. If a nuclear war was to break
Dude.
out, there is a very slim chance that New Zealand would be targeted. Its mountainous, rugged terrain, alongside being an island, would also pretty much make a land invasion impossible to win. Now,
Don't
of
give him
course,
any
New
ideas,
Zealand isn't
dude.
perfect.
Leave him
it
be.
does have many issues of its own. For one, the country is tucked away in the corner of the world. It's a country that does require
It's a
some
globe.
planning to visit, and flights aren't cheap there. Round trips from the US or Europe are almost always
Yeah.
over $1,000, and the journey
Right.
takes over 23 hours. And even when you arrive, the country itself is far from being budget friendly. It is one of the most expensive countries in the world to travel and live in. So what are your thoughts on New Zealand? Would you live
beautiful.
there? Let us know in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, it is completely free, and you can always unsubscribe at any time. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you very soon in the next video.
Hey, I like this video. But if there are any discrepancies, like people from New Zealand are watching, or you have anything to add, or please let me know. It's a beautiful country, man, and you're doing good up there and or down there. How do you say this? I don't know. Are you upside down? My daughter always asks this question. uh, yeah, man, such beautiful nature, and if the world goes to ish, if there's any hobbit hole left there, I'm applying. I'll make sure it's nice and kept, man. Yeah, beautiful. I hope I can visit one day and take that road trip. And yeah, it's a beautiful one, man. What a cool place we're living here, huh? On this earth. Not only New Zealand, this entire earth. And it would be nice if we kind of cared about our home. Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to check more videos out from this channel. I kind of liked it. So if you have any other recommendations, let me know. Thanks for being here. Have a great day. Peace.